Everyone knows dogs make the best companions for their positive impacts on our physical and mental health. So when Benita decided she wanted a companion, she knew her new friend would improve her life. What she didn't know was that her four-legged friend would eventually end up saving her life. In 2013, Benita saw a litter of puppies online and knew one of them was meant for her. And it was love at first sight.
And she brought Lola out, and that was the end of the story. Lola said, "I'm coming home with you."
Several years later, with the encouragement of her son, Benita piled Lola and their belongings in her car and left her home in Pennsylvania for the sunnier skies and warmer weather in Arizona. When they landed in Scottsdale, one of their first stops was the local dog park, where they found a community and new friends, big and small. Yet, despite Arizona's sunny skies, there were clouds on the horizon.
That's one of the reasons my son was encouraging me to come out, was because of my illness. I have lupus, and with lupus, everything is unpredictable. So that day, I hadn't been feeling well for a number of weeks, but that day in particular, I was just really off. I was not myself, and I was feeling sick. And I figured, okay, let me go in and take a shower, and I never made it. I collapsed in the bathroom.
At that moment, Benita had suffered a stroke and a massive GI bleed. She isn't sure how long she'd been unconscious, but she awoke to Lola gently nipping at her face.
I'm looking around because I'm disoriented at this point, and I don't know which end is up. My only thought was, I need to get 911. I need to get an ambulance here. And when I realized I didn't have my phone, then that was like very scary. So I literally was pushing myself on the floor with my hands.
Benita was terribly weak after suffering from massive blood loss. Time was of the essence before she lost consciousness again. As she pulled herself across the floor, she realized she wasn't going to make it to her phone. But miraculously, there was Lola carrying her cell phone in her mouth.
When I turned around and I saw Lola standing there with my phone, it was as though, how did she know that that's what I needed? But she knew, and she did it. And I probably would not be here today telling this story.
Before passing out again, Benita was able to call 911. She was then whisked to the hospital, where she spent more than a week in the ICU, with her full recovery taking months.
I guess what I would say is that Lola is my guardian angel. Absolutely, she is. She saved my life, and I'll never forget her for that.
Several years later, the two continue to live their best lives together and have even welcomed a new friend into their home, a rescue named Misha. The trio spends their days at that same dog park, basking in the Arizona skies that are once again clear and bright. Lola, for saving Benita's life that fateful day and for the love you give each and every day, you are our hero.